I would like to thank Coca 2005 for sending me this story right here that is coming out of New York. And this story right here is going to prove that ICE not only goes after the Hispanic Latino, but they'll also go after anybody that they feel is a threat. And this guy's probably a huge threat than many people would imagine, despite his age. But this guy's name is Jaque Palij. I don't know if I'm pronouncing his name correctly or whatever. But he has been deported from the U.S. back to Germany. Why? Because it has come out that he is a Nazi collaborator. You heard that correctly. And it says that he is one of the last known Nazi collaborators at that time. This guy is 95 years old, so I can actually believe that he probably is the last one, but you never know. Let's go ahead and I'm going to read this story coming from NBC News. It says the last known Nazi collaborator living in the U.S. was deported to Germany overnight. Jaque Palij, age 95, had lived in New York City for decades. He served as a guard at a Nazi forced labor camp during the Second World War. In a statement released by the White House after Palij landed in Germany early Tuesday, Donald Trump commended the actions of Immigration and Customs Enforcement for removing this war criminal from the United States soil. This coming from a guy whose dad was connected to the KKK, but whatever. Despite a court ordering his deportation in 2004, past administrations were unsuccessful in removing Palij. Now, isn't that interesting? They said past administrations were unsuccessful, but they ironically become successful under 45. Something sounds real iffy about that, but you know 45 is going to take that in stride and take that as a win because you know he loves to take a W, no matter how small and insignificant they may be. To protect the promise of freedom for Holocaust survivors and their families, 45 prioritized the removal of Palij. Palij, an ethnic Ukrainian, lived quietly in the U.S. for years as a draftsman and then as a retiree until nearly 3 decades ago when investigators found his name on an old Nazi roster and a fellow former guard spilled the secret that he was living somewhere in America. Members of the New York congressional delegation last year urged the Trump administration to deport Palij, whose citizenship was revoked in 2003 based on his wartime activities, human rights abuses, and immigration fraud. A federal court also ruled that he had assisted in the persecution of prisoners at the camp, though it stopped short of finding him responsible for deaths. Palij was born on former Polish territory, an area now in Ukraine. He immigrated to the U.S. in 1949 and became a citizen in 1957, but concealed his Nazi service, saying that he spent World War II working in a factory on a farm. Police told Justice Department investigators who showed up at his door in 1993, "I would never have received my visa if I told the truth. Everyone lied." Police later admitted to officials that he had attended a Nazi SS training camp in Czarniki in German-occupied Poland, and then served as an armed guard at its adjacent labor camp. According to the United States Holocaust Memorial Museum, the Czarniki camp was part of Operation Reinhard, the Nazi operation to murder the approximately 2 million Jews residing in German-occupied Poland. On November 3, 1943, SS and police units shot to death around 6,000 Jewish inmates at the camp, killing almost all of his prisoners in a single massacre. Police has said he was forced to be a guard. By serving as an armed guard of the Czarniki labor camp and preventing the escape of Jewish prisoners during the Nazi service, police played an indispensable role in ensuring that the Czarniki Jewish victims met their horrific fate at the hands of the Nazis. But because Germany, Poland, Ukraine, and other countries had refused to take him, he continued living in limbo in the 2-story red brick home in Queens he shared with his wife Maria, now 86. His continued presence there outraged the Jewish community, attracting frequent protests over the years that featured such chants, "Your neighbor is a Nazi." The White House statement added that the Trump administration needed to conduct extensive negotiations with Germany to secure Palij's deportation because he never held German citizenship. Germany's Foreign Office said its decision to take Palij in showed the country was accepting his moral responsibility. Foreign Minister Heiko Maas told the German tabloid Bild that those who committed the worst crimes on behalf of Germans would be held accountable. Germany's Interior Ministry and Justice Ministry and Chancellor Angela Merkel's office did not immediately comment on where Pelagia would be taken in Germany and exactly what would happen to him. Local media reported Pelagia was transferred by ambulance to a nursing home. German prosecutors have previously said it does not appear that there is not enough evidence to charge him with, I can't pronounce his last name, a retired Ohio worker who was accused of serving as a Nazi guard. He was convicted in 2011 of being an accessory to more than 28,000 killings and died 10 months later at age 91 with his appeal pending. Well, maybe the same thing will probably happen to him. As far as I'm concerned, this is more of their problem, more so than ours. But that's what happens when you open your borders up and you allow any and everybody in. Now, it's funny how they were so quick to deport all the Mexicans and all of them out there, but they let this one right here slip through their fingers. Something tells me they just let him in and just let him stay in. It's amazing that he even stayed this damn long. I mean, he's been here since the 40s. And they're just now deporting him. At 95, he ain't got that long to go anyway. So, hey, it is what it is. Y'all let me know what you think down in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. The links will be down below. I'll talk to you in the next one.